Can I be honest for a second? A good marriage doesn't mean you never thought about leaving. It means you kept choosing to stay on purpose every time. And I think we need to say that out loud, because there are women right now carrying that thought like a secret. Like having it means it's something wrong with them or wrong with their marriage. It doesn't. It means you are human. And marriage is hard. And here is what I know. The marriages that last are not the ones where nothing went wrong. They are the ones where two people kept deciding that what they had was worth fighting for. Not perfect, not without doubt, but on purpose. Choosing to stay does not always look romantic. Sometimes it looks like having a conversation you have been avoiding for months. Sometimes it looks like sitting in a therapist's office when you would rather be anywhere else. Sometimes it looks like forgiving something that still hurts. Not because it didn't matter, but because what you are building together is bigger than what almost broke you. And sometimes it just looks like a Tuesday. Tired, frustrated, nothing left, and you still reach for them instead of away from them. The thought of leaving is not the problem. Leaving without ever choosing to stay, that is what cost you everything you've built. You are allowed to have had that thought and still be deeply committed. You are allowed to love your marriage and also know it has been hard. Both are true and both are real. Drop a 1 in the comments if you chose to stay and it changed everything. Drop a 2 if you're still in that season right now. No judgment. I see you.
You want to know what a real tradwife looks like without any filter? Let's look at this 24-year-old mom with 4 kids from Chaoshan region in the southern China. Starting from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., wake up, cook breakfast for 4 kids, doing laundry for the whole family, get the kids dressed and off to school, hit the grocery market, deep clean the house, brew lemon tea, and render pork lard from scratch from 10 a.m. to noon. Cook lunch, but not just for her whole family. She runs a mini catering hustle for other school kids to make extra cash. She delivers the lunch. And while her kids finally taking a nap, she's baking buns from scratch to sell. In the afternoon, going to school to pick up her kids, and straight into cooking dinner for the entire family. From 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., finally dinner. After dinner, she packed the buns for tomorrow's sale, clean the house, shower herself, shower 4 kids, put them to sleep, and finally wash the dishes to clean the kitchen at midnight. On Chinese social media, when young people see this kind of tradwife videos, they don't feel romantically inspired. They feel terrified. It's basically like you're trapped in a non-stop labor work for 24/7. Her role isn't wife. Her role includes 1 full-time nanny, 1 pastry worker, 1 cleaning woman, and a full-time mom. That's why how pretentious the TikTok tradwife influencers are. Real housewives don't dress well just to make a sourdough from scratch. Real tradwife's life is not romantic, slow-paced life. It's actually chaotic, messy, busy as hell. 24/7 non-stop labor work. Those tradwives are sugarcoating the reality, but actually they are just influencers playing the role of tradwife. After you see how the Chinese tradwife are, do you still want to be this kind of exhausting 24/7 labor work, which is harder than any corporate job?
So today we have self-value equals the partner that you choose. The easiest way to tell if someone values themselves, look at their partner. Did they pick someone that benefits their life? Did they pick someone that makes them a better person? Did they pick someone that they enjoy being around? Because if they're with a person, partner equals no self-worth. If someone's with a partner and they have decided to do absolutely nothing about it, they do not value themselves. And there's a lot of you out there that are probably talking to a woman who is with a partner. You're trying to pull her away. And if she doesn't value herself, what makes you think that she would value you? Sounds pretty stupid when you say it out loud, doesn't it? Also, a good partner does not equal an attractive partner. That's not how that works, because there's a lot of you out there that may have a hot girlfriend and she sucks. She's annoying, she's a bitch, she's out here with other dudes, she's out here in the club, and she doesn't respect you. So an attractive partner does not automatically equal a good partner. Staying single will always be better than just settling for a partner. If you're not comfortable being alone, you're not going to be in the right headspace to even be in a relationship in the first place. If your choice is either some woman who's been dumped and has all this trauma, stay single, brother. Work on your bread, get in shape, get your mind right, get your life right, and the good woman, she'll make her way into your life. But if you settle for the partner, you're gonna see a downward trend, a downward spiral in all of the other areas of your life. Keep an eye out for this. It's the easiest way to tell if someone values themselves or not. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I will see you at the same time again tomorrow.
And I think it's even gotten to the point where dudes are not at the bar anymore. You don't have guys at the bar anymore. They're not going a lot of places. How come we can't find guys at lounges or bars to buy us drinks? Well, because for one, y'all act like y'all are entitled to the drink. When the man gives you the drink, then y'all sit up there and smirk in his face like, no, get on, be gone. Are you serious? Are you serious? I just paid $15, $20, $30 for a drink for you to be like, now get on. Don't say hi. Don't say thank you. Just, that's what you're supposed to do, as you should. Okay, and I won't be doing it again.
We all gotta find X. We all got an X as bad as and we left her alone. Find the fault. In some way, it's a that's with your ex, realizing why you left her. Realizing why. I know for a fact my ex somewhere is a right now like, I see why that ugly money. And she done talk shit about me. She done talk, look, I sacrificed so much for him. Well, he was broke, busted, and disgusted what I meant. And he's realizing like, nah, I see why buddy left that one alone. This is throwed off. Find a woman that is fine as hell, and I'll show you 100 dudes that hate her guts. Oh God. That's the thing, bro. And that's the sense of delusion that a lot of these girls is going with. What they have this false sense of motion. They got this false sense of security, this false sense of affluence, this false sense of financial stability that was never there before you came into the picture. And then when you remove your financial stability from her, now she say you the bad guy. Well, he me over. No, baby, I just removed my funding. I defunded your program because your program is not my program. So they go to the next dude, talk about you, and then he realized within 90 days why you left him.
Michi, what are you doing?
I got this new Super Gorilla. It's an all-natural male supplement. It's an elixir that enhances everything that you need enhanced when it's time to be enhanced. All you gotta do is take a shot out of it. It's like a shot of rejuvenation. It's like the fountain of youth for certain parts of your body. And all you gotta do is just take a shot. So before you take a shot of Hennessy or a shot of Dawn, take a shot of this, and she's gonna and take a shot at her. Go to soup. Just go here to get it.
So my husband and I were doing a little check-in that we do because I like to check in with him, make sure he feels respected, make sure he feels loved, make sure he's happy, all that stuff. I do it very often just because I love him and I want to make sure that he's happy. But we were talking, and one thing that we talked about is the 3 things that like a man needs in a relationship. And the conclusion that we came to was, 1, he needs respect. He needs to feel trusted. He needs to feel like you trust him to lead. He needs to feel like loved, but he needs to mainly just feel respected because men thrive off of respect. The second thing that a man needs is peace. A man needs to come home and feel happy. He needs to feel at peace. He carries so much weight from the world, and he carries so much burden and so much stress and so much pressure that his job puts on him, that he puts on himself, that the world puts on him. Men always feel like they need to be better. They feel like they need to achieve more, they need to make more money, they need to work harder. And when you come home and you're his peace, that is going to be his happiness. That is going to make him thrive in the relationship. That's going to make him feel so loved. And thirdly, intimacy. Intimacy for men is how you show them appreciation. And I know that's not how it is for a lot of women, but men crave intimacy with their partner. They love that. They love that feeling of being intimate. They love that feeling of having that time with you, and it brings them closer to you. It makes them happy, and it helps them relieve their stress as well. So, those are my 3 things that I want to talk to you guys about, because it is very important that you respect your husband, you're his peace, and you are also intimate with him, okay? Okay, bye!
You guys all enjoyed my story so much yesterday, I thought, why not show up with a few more reasons it sucks to be a therapist for men? Because you and I get to talk sports here and there, you know that I'm in a fantasy football league, you know the universities and professional teams that I tend to follow, which means you're roasting me when those teams aren't performing very well. I know so many amazing dudes who are looking for relationships, have stable, secure attachment styles, who have done the work, and I can't set them up with my friends. Y'all are always showing up on time for your appointments. I'm usually on time. I work really, really hard to never be late, but I have to be on time. I get it. If you're on time, you're already late, right? Like, I appreciate it. I can respect that. My husband was a military brat, but I absolutely have to be on extra good time because y'all are never late. I can never move or add anything to my office or my lobby without you clocking it. I respect the attention to detail. Some may call that hypervigilance, but sometimes a girl just wants to reorganize a little bit. But so as to not disrupt your nervous system, I will keep things as they are. I can no longer respond to someone who says, "Hey Audra, how you doing?" by saying, "I'm fine," without having so many things run through my mind. Oh, I gotta explain that. What do they think now? What do I really mean? Dudes, you've ruined that phrase for me. Without a doubt, the thing that sucks most about being a therapist for men, I get to build these awesome connections, these beautiful relationships with incredible men every single day. And then they have the nerve to go on and get better and not need me anymore, and I have to say goodbye. The worst part of my job.
You know, these modern women are saying they want a man who courts. They want a man who knows how to date properly, knows how to plan a date, knows how to do all of that stuff. And that's fantastic. I think for me, it's just that I have to do all of this and you just got to show up. Well, I went to work. I had to do this. So did I. Well, my car was broken and this had happened and so many troubles. Same. I had to fix my car too, or make sure it's not broken now, but it was once. And the employer didn't care. The women that I was dating before didn't care. That was my problem as far as they were concerned. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't really even know you. And so that's not you expecting to just, well, I'm just a girl and I just should be able to show up. No, you got to bring something to the table.
Okay, I love how girls just use this as their diary and their little journals. That's what I'm gonna do. But I have been thinking, and I'm so single, like so incredibly single, it's not even funny, but I think that my future husband is not in the US. I think he's got to be somewhere else, because it's just the guys here are not it. They're not doing it for me. I don't know what's going on or how our values got so screwed up, but no.
Our values got screwed up. The second modern woman looked at the vast majority of men and decided that they were all worthless. She thinks that the solution is to just go overseas to find someone, but all she's going to find is more of the same.
American men are not doing it for me. But then it's like, I guess I need to go somewhere else, maybe Europe or somewhere. Like, surely they have better men out there. This cannot be the dating pool everywhere. It can't be this bad, right? No. Mm-mm. So I gotta book a flight and I gotta go somewhere else to meet my future husband. He's probably like in Italy or something, like with his family, taking care of his nana or something.
They always assume Europe is where they're going to meet a man, and it's obvious why she's assuming Italy is where she'll find that guy. She's praying that there's going to be an insanely attractive Italian man who's willing to settle for a woman who can't even get a date in America.
Like, I don't even know. I don't know, but US men are not it. I gotta know. Like, especially since this is international right now, if you are in a different country and you're a girl and you know, like, what's it like? Are there good men out there? Do you know? Because it's not happening here in the States. It's just not. It's not it.
What do you wish you were told on that day when you were first given that little packet of pills? If they were being completely honest with you and they knew what you know now, what is the sort of the list of things you would have said to a young Sarah about this decision?
The thing that would have really made a difference to me is that your hormones make you who you are. And when you change your hormones, you change who you are. Right? So the birth control pill is going to change you. It changes the version of yourself that your brain creates. And so if you're going to be going on this, you need to understand what that does. So this, of course, begs the question, what does it do? And there's at least 5 different things that the birth control does to change who we are, right? It changes our sexual desire and who we're attracted to. It changes our emotional states, right? It can affect our moods. It can affect our ability to regulate and to manage stress. It influences sexual desire and sexual function. It influences our ability to be able to put on muscle mass and affects our nutrition and fitness goals, right? It affects all of us. And not knowing all of that and not knowing the potential risks of having side effects related to mental health and libido, all the way to everything, to who a person is attracted to. I wish I would have known that. That probably would have, impacted, again, decisions that I would have made about staying on it when I didn't need to, because there's no reason to change who you are if you don't need the contraceptive benefits.
Why are Japanese men so unpopular globally? If you walk around any major city in the world, you'll easily find international couples with a Japanese woman and a foreign partner, but almost never the opposite. So I asked, what makes a man popular in 2026 on ChatGPT? And I got these: emotional intelligence and transparency, kindness and empathy, confidence without arrogance. I'm gonna have to be honest with you, Japanese men are like the polar opposite. Under our historical samurai bureaucracy, extreme self-control, silence, and never showing vulnerability were like the absolute ultimate signs of honor. That traditional spirit is still whispering in our ears today, telling us that real men are meant to be silent because actions speak louder than words. But here's the problem though, we are no longer physically risking our lives in battle for our families. We are totally unable to express our emotions, all whilst we're providing our homes $35,000 per year. Silent stoicism might have been elegant under the Shogun dynasty, but now we're stuck in this age transition dilemma kind of, leaving an entire generation of men financially exhausted and completely misunderstood. There's simply no demand for an average Japanese man in the global market, and perhaps even misfits in the current society. Perhaps it's time for us to put our swords away and adapt with the trends to truly connect with the rest of the world. Or is it? Will the era of the silent man ever return? Let me know in the comments section what you think, or if you have any past experiences with a Japanese man. I'd be curious to know. Follow for more cultural content on Japan. Thank you for watching.
You really see a lot more men moving away from relationships and moving away from drama, moving away from nonsense. A lot of men choosing to check out. A lot of men out here really honestly, truly, and intentionally searching for peace. Right? And so a man could go from coming home to somebody that's disrespectful, coming home to somebody that's demanding, getting nothing, to a completely silent home, a completely silent existence. And while it may take some time to adjust, once a man is able to kind of simmer down and think straight, he begins to move in alignment or get back on track with what he was doing before he met you. And true enough, during the relationship, he was trying to say, okay, let me get her handled and let me go back to what I was doing. Let me go back to running down my goals, tracking my vision and trying to chase that vision down. But every single time he got back on track, here you come. Foolishness. Not allowing him to get back to where he needed to be in order to take care of you.
This is actually hilarious. Let's all have a fucking laugh. I'm going to translate what she says.
Women in their 40s are looking for that stable guy because stable is the new sexy. Maybe in our 20s we were looking for excitement and chemistry, but now we're looking for consistency, emotional maturity.
Let's put it through the translator. Beeple, 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 beeple. I need money and nobody likes me. I was 20, I was hot, now I'm 40 and no one cares about me and I need someone to pay these bills, son. Translate the word stability. Means money. It always means money. Whenever they say stability, it means money, all right? When she said exciting, when she was 20, she liked excitement. It means being ran through. Okay? It means being ran through, gentlemen. Because I'm over 40, and you know what I think is sexy? Hot young chicks. Not you. Not you in the car, lady. I would run from you. I'm married anyway. And my wife is younger than me. A lot younger. But if I was a single dude out on the prowl, I would not talk to this woman at all. She looks like a nightmare headache. She looks complete headache nightmare. I would rather pour beers all over my head with a 22-year-old party animal chick, right? And just dump a bottle of vodka on us than sit and have a glass of Cabernet with you, Gail. I bet you back in her day she was hot too, bro, but she just had to roll the dice and roll the dice. I can do better. I can do better. And now you're alone in your car making TikToks about how you need a stable husband. Good job, Gail.
What do you wish you were told on that day when you were first given that little packet of pills? If they were being completely honest with you and they knew what you know now, what is the sort of the list of things you would have said to a young Sarah about this decision?
The thing that would have really made a difference to me is that your hormones make you who you are. And when you change your hormones, you change who you are, right? So the birth control pill is going to change you. It changes the version of yourself that your brain creates. And so if you're going to be going on this, you need to understand what that does. So this, of course, begs the question, what does it do? And there's at least 5 different things that the birth control does to change who we are, right? It changes our sexual desire and who we're attracted to. It changes our emotional states, right? It can affect our moods. It can affect our ability to regulate and to manage stress. It influences sexual desire and sexual function. It influences our ability to be able to put on muscle mass and affects our nutrition and fitness goals, right? It affects all of us. And not knowing all of that and not knowing the potential risks of having side effects related to mental health and libido, all the way to everything, to who a person is attracted to. I wish I would have known that. That probably would have, impacted, again, decisions that I would have made about staying on it when I didn't need to, because there's no reason to change who you are if you don't need the contraceptive benefits.
If you're a woman, understand that every man's canon event is leaving the woman he wants the most. Not because he stopped loving her, but because he knew if he stayed, he would never be able to become the man he's always envisioned. And I want to talk about this because I think it is one of the most misunderstood things about men. Because from the outside, it doesn't make any sense to you. I understand. He loves her, she loves him, the connection is real, and he still walks away. You're dumbfounded. And she spends months trying to figure out what she did wrong, what changed, why love wasn't enough. But here's what actually was happening inside of him. There is a version of himself that a man carries around from a very young age. A vision of who he is supposed to become, what he's supposed to build, what his life is supposed to look like when he finally becomes the man he respects himself. And sometimes the woman he loves the most exists at a chapter in his life where that version of himself is still very far away. And staying, loving her, building with her, being consumed by her, starts to feel like it's pulling him away from that vision. Not because she's wrong for him, but because he's not right for himself yet. And a man who doesn't respect the version of himself he currently is cannot fully show up for the woman he loves. So he leaves, not to hurt her, but because somewhere deep down he believes he has to become that man first. And the cruelest part, she was probably the woman he would have chosen at the end of it all. He just couldn't let her watch him become him.
And a lot of men already know what's up. Get to the date, already audit, and this is okay when women do it. You're already auditing me financially. You ask what neighborhood I live in, what car I drive, oh, do you rent or own? That type of stuff. Men already know what that is. Oh, is your car leased or is your car financed? Oh, it's important. And they say that and they try to make it seem like, oh yeah, try to make it a part of normal conversation, but they're really digging for information. And men can see that. Oh, you're trying to qualify if I'm financially able to do the things that you want, not the things that you need, the things that you want, right? Which once again, cool. If I don't measure up, I don't measure up. But when it's time for me to ask my questions, I want to be able to ask my questions about the stuff that I actually care about the things that I actually value, and not get any pushback. You might have reservations and you might say, I really don't want to answer that. But there are some things you have to understand, and this is where self-awareness comes in. You have to understand that you're asking things that he might not want to answer. He said, well, if he don't answer that, he's shady. Okay, well, there you go. If you don't answer a lot of the questions, some of the questions that he's asking, don't you think that might show up as shady to him?
Ladies and gentlemen, someone asked a question. They said, why don't men approach women? I don't approach women because I'm married. But I've heard a lot of my friends say they don't approach women because they don't want to be embarrassed. Other ones, a lot of men said they don't approach women because they don't want to go to jail. I mean, it depends, because now it's like if a woman doesn't find you attractive, then you saying hello is seen as harassment. So I can understand them, not wanting, because, you might think you look good today, but if she think that you ugly, because that's all it takes, you'd be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, what the get away from me. I'm going to call the police. Now you locked up. Now you got a case because you found somebody cute. And you wanted to, try to set up a date and said, nah, no, hell no. And then the public embarrassment part, hell no, get away from me. You ugly as I heard you had herpes. All that type of stuff. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So a lot of time, then you got the DMs and all that. They're like, man, I'd rather shoot a shot in the DM. And if she say no or she don't respond, hell, I can just delete it. As opposed to, you know what I'm saying? But I think it really started with not wanting to go to jail. Yeah. Mess around and get your ass locked up. Because you think somebody cute. Yep.
Do you think that I will take your family's money?
Well, I don't know. Are you going to sign that paper?
I know her very well. And my daughter is not a gold digger.
Yes, she is.
And if that's the opinion that you guys have of her, then maybe she shouldn't get married.
Then that's fine.
I'm trying to understand why everyone's having such a tough time with just this prenup talk.
So you got some influence.
It's complete insanity. I'm not in it for the money. I love Sean and I want to marry the love of my life. But Emilio's standing in the way of this. We made a decision as a couple that we're not doing a prenup.
Well, if I don't come to the wedding?
Come on, then. You're my dad. She's my future wife. I want you both happy.
I'll be happy if she signs that document.
He's she.
If my dad doesn't show up at the wedding, it's going to be devastating. It's the most important time of my life. He's my father. I need him to be there.
You should just let us be happy and let us do what we want.
We'll see.
Really? So the dad is trying to protect him, and instead of listening and looking at reality, the modern world, he's literally saying, well, she's my future wife. It's like, are you stupid or what? You must be one of those special type of stupid, because it's happening everywhere. These women, they don't want to sign the prenup because they want to take half your shit.
I'm so passionate about this shit because honestly, y'all be running around like y'all so much smarter and so much more powerful and so much more in control. You don't understand that you've been manipulated to go against your God. I'ma say what the fuck I'ma say. You've been manipulated to go against your God, which is the feminine energy. That's why you don't have any emotional intelligence. The motherfuckers that manipulated you, stripped you. Literally, you were a whole being before the colonizer came. And you let them separate you from your heart in order to fulfill their mission. And you feel powerful because you've been split from your heart. You think that you're a macho, like, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man. No, you're a brute. You're a brute. You have all of this great bodily strength, but mentally, you are a baby. You're a big football player, body-wise, but you have the head of a baby. And I want you to know that that's by design as well. So while you running around trying to have your boot on my neck, you need to turn around and see who the fuck got their boot on your neck. And then shit will start making motherfucking sense.
Being on TikTok, I learned that all passport bros are just predators. I don't know if you're on this side of TikTok, but every day on my FYP, I see this girl, and all she does is walk down the streets of the Philippines, and all she does is show the couples, and every couple look like the man is 15 to 20 years older than the young Filipino girl that he's with. And, like, the girl just looks so freaking young and just immature in comparison to the man. Like, the man has gray hairs, they bad built, they're old. and then they have this young Filipino woman. Like, it's giving predator. And then I also realized that the age of consent in other countries is a lot different. I don't know the specific age for the Philippines, but I know in a lot of places it's like 15, 14, 16. Like, it's really, really young. So I think they use the whole, American women are so dominant, American women are just too independent, too masculine. They use that as like their disguise. Like, it's giving wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, they just say that so they can have an excuse to outwardly say, I'm about to go travel across the world to find this young, impressionable wife that can barely speak the language. And that's really all it is. Like, I want to go travel outside the country so I can get as young as possible. Like, I want to get as young and as fresh and as impressionable as possible, because somebody that's my age and that's mature, she's not going to fall for all the BS that I give her. And I always knew the whole passport bro thing was stupid, but I think right now in this very moment, I just put 2 and 2 together that it has nothing to do with masculinity or women being masculine or anything that they've been saying. They just want to go as young as they can possibly go without getting arrested.
Fellas, I don't think y'all really understand how hard it is for a woman to submit to a man with no plan. It is hard for a woman to submit to a man with no plan. Matter of fact, that's frightening. That is scary. That's equivalent to her being in the passenger seat and she's looking over and it's no driver. And now you mad at her because she's trying to grab the steering wheel. Who wants to crash and burn? Who? Nobody. That's why it's called submission. When a man knows his purpose, when a man knows his plans, when a man knows his mission, it's easy for a woman to rest in her feminine and to apply submission. I don't understand why y'all not getting that. Y'all are making this rocket science. Christ is first. The man is the head. If the body does not have a head, the body don't know where to go. Why are you not getting it, fellas? So if you don't know where you're going to be within the next year or 2 years from now, these women have a right to feel exactly how they feel right now. But the most ungodly, sad thing about this situation is that we have these borderline 40-year-old men or older not submitting to God, to Christ, but you'll submit to a 20 to 25-year-old podcaster telling you how to be a man. That stinks, fellas. That stinks. I'm telling you, some of y'all are just useless. About as useless as used toilet paper. Just useless.
I think you have to understand that they have to understand is for a lot of men, they're getting used to peace. They're getting used to silence. They're getting used to not having to hear about nonsense, not having to hear about the foolishness that you got going on, how he ain't paying attention to you every second of the day, just a whole bunch of nonsense. And I understand there are problems, if, slacking off and stuff like that. I get it. But a lot of times modern women keep up mess wherever they go. There's always something wrong. It's never them. It's never them. Well, I wouldn't do this if you wouldn't do this. It's always somebody else. They never, ever once stop and say, maybe the problem was me this time. Maybe I'm the one keeping up the trouble. Maybe I should apologize. That never, ever crosses their mind. Well, let me say, sometimes it crosses their mind. On the small chances that it does cross their mind, they have their handy dandy friends group to tell them, oh, he was definitely wrong. None of it was your fault. None of it. You were completely 120% right. He was negative 120% wrong. Well, I guess you would say negative 120% right. He'd be 120% wrong. He would be infinity% wrong because he's a bum. So don't apologize to him. Have him apologize to you, take you on a vacation, give you really, really nice flowers, anything and everything that you want for the next 3 years.